Today, what we need to discuss, let me share my screen. Yesterday, we are discussing drill down, drill through in everything, right? That means without selecting any particular visualization, these are the tabs will be there. File, home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help. Okay. If you select any particular visual, two more tabs will be there. These two tabs are very important. That is format and data drill. Very, very important format and data drill. So sometimes we need to do some edit interaction options we have to do for any of the visual. Then either none or filter or highlight, you can operate in format only. But this format and data drill traps are enabled when you are selecting any particular visual. We already discussed all the options in this particular one, right? So next one is, see here, still some more tabs are available. See here, two here is the main one, but still some more tabs. When those tabs are available means under this particular data tab, whichever data set you are selected. See, one more tab is enabled. That means under the data tab, whichever data set you are selected, that data set related tab also it is enabled. That tab we can call it as a table tools. Okay. Suppose for example, under data tab, if you select any data set, then a new tab is enabled called table tools. Means not only this one, any data set. If you select any data set, then the table tools tab is enabled. In this table tools tab, what changes we can do means if you want to change the name of the data set, understand? Or if you want to apply a DAX function in measure or a column or a table, that you can apply it here. You understand what I'm saying? In table tools, in modeling also we can do. See, in modeling also we can apply a new measure, new column, new table. In table tools also we can apply new measure, new column and new table. Understand? Not only that one, you can change the data set name. If you want to change the data set name, what is the other option is there? Double click on the data set, it is converted into editable mode and you can change. Or else, if you select that particular data set under table tools, here also you can change the name of the data set. This is a text box editable mode, you can change it. But we already know the best option is double click. By double clicking on that one, we can change the name of the data set. Understand clear? Here, suppose if you select any particular data set, then table tools tab is enabled. These are the changes you have to do it. You know what is managed relationship? Where we can discuss managed relationship. Where we already discussed managed relationship. Model view. In model view, there are two ways of providing a relationship. In that, one of the way is managed relationship is the option. Understand clearly or not? Next one is still some more tabs are there. Let's discuss about that one. Okay. Suppose if you expand the data set under a data tab, if you expand any of the data set, then table tools tab is enabled. That is the one. If you select any measure under the data set, if you select any measure, see here, this is a measure. How you can say this is a measure? How you can say this is a measure? I'm saying this is a measure. How you can say that this is a measure? what is the symbol it is. If you see the before the name, if you see the symbol like calculator, that is measure 100%. Remember, blindly you have to go with that way. Okay. If you see the symbol like a calculator, that is a measure. So if you select measure, some more tab is enabled. What is the tab name called? Measure tools. In this measure tools, see, by default, you can change the name of the measure. If you want to change the name of the measure, you can change it here. Okay. And And in measure, most of the times these format options are used. Understand clearly. Yeah. Suppose most of the time these format option. That means if whichever measure you are selected for that measure, I want to add currency symbol. Very important. For measure, these are the options most of the times we are applying. If you want to apply the currency, if you want to add the currency symbol, if you want to add the currency symbol, okay, then you can click on this drop down and see here, there are different currencies. If you scroll down, you will see different currencies are there. Okay, you will see different currency. Whichever currency is required, that currency you can select that particular one. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Next one is you can add percentage symbols. You can add commas for that particular value. Suppose, for example, 3567 is there. Like by default, 3567 it will choose. But every three digits we need to put comma, right? So at that point of time, you can use comma. If comma is not there, you can enable by clicking on this, you can enable the comma for that particular measure. Understand? Here, this is the decimal places. If you click on that one, how many, see that automatically for that particular measure, decimal is added. Understand or not? When you click on this particular one, for any of the measure, decimal places are added. How many decimal places that you have to give in this box? Like a 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 0, anything that you need to give in this box it is. Understand clearly, man? So in this box itself, must and should you have to give that particular number so that that particular measure is added a decimal number. Here number must and after selecting this one, in this box you have to give the number 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. In measure related one, these are under measure tools. These are the changes we have to do this one. Hmm. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? See, that is the one. Still one more tab is there. The last tab is, see, these tabs, when you select a table, it will choose. When you select a measure, measure tools. Otherwise, these tabs are not enabled. Understand? So after that, under the data set, you will see some default columns, right? Okay, suppose country column. That means when we are pulling the data set, when we are pulling the data set from different data source, under the data set, what columns are there? Those are the default columns. Those are the default columns. For default columns, okay, there is a tab enabled called column tools. What is that? Column tools. Okay. For a default columns. Okay. While at the time of pulling the data source, data set from the any of the data source, in that data set, what columns are there? For all the columns, okay, for any column, you have, for all the columns, there is a tab enabled called column tools. Understand? You can select any column, default column, then column tools tab is enabled. Understand? When you select column tools, under the column tools, what changes we can do? You can change the column name. Is there any other way to change the column name? What is the other way to change the column name? Double click. How dataset name is changed, column name also by double click or measure or anything. In Power BI, any name changes means double click. And another advantage for under column tools is you can change the data type of the column here. Very, very important. Very, very important. Under column tools, for any of the column, you can change the data type. For any of the column, you can change the data type. For any of the column, you can change the data type. For any of the column, you can change the data type. Understand? For any of the column, you can change the data type. Understand? So any column you can select. Character column, like a date column, anything. Vijay, how can I identify by seeing the column names also whether that column data type is character, date, numeric, or a decimal? We can easily identify. How can we identify? See here. If name before calculator symbol means what is that one? Measure. That is what our identification. So when the default columns are there, in the default column, some are characters, some are date, some are numeric, some are decimal columns are there. In that, by seeing the column names, which data type for that column we can identify. How can we identify? If before the column name, nothing is there, no icon is available, that is a character data type. That is a character type of column, character data type of column. If suppose, see here, this is also, select this one. Did you see? Column tools, external. By seeing the name, we can easily identify. Not only this one. Suppose, for example, before the name, if you see the sigma symbol, this is a sigma symbol, right? That means that column data type is either numeric or decimal. If the column name before sigma symbol means, okay, either that column is a numeric or a decimal. See, if you select this one, some are decimals, decimal number, or sometimes it is numericals. Suppose, for example, if the column names before like this, it will be there. Where is that one? Mhm. See here. Suppose, for example, see here. Now, there are some date column is also there. See here. Did you see if it is a date column? Before the name, did you see some calendar symbol? What is that symbol called? Calendar. Calendar means either a date or date and time. Understand clearly not? By seeing the column names, which data type, like this we can. For any of the column, default column, what tab is enabled? What tab is enabled? Which tab is enabled? Which tab is enabled? Column tools. In this one, we can do so many changes. Like you can change the data type of a column. You can change the name of the column. You can apply the format options also. Like for any of the numeric column, like you can apply like currency symbol, you can add it, or you can put comma separated, or you can add the decimal places. Like this, you can add anything on that one. Understand? Not only this one, you can sort by column also. This is also very important option. And see, we can sort the column also. Okay, whichever column you are taking in the visualization, that column I want to sort it either ascending order or descending order basis I want. Then we have to use sort by column. Okay. So remaining options, you know that one. Understand clearly. Na? This is all the things that we can do it in default column. One more option is, see, you are applying some function in new column, right? You're applying some DAX functions in measure. You're applying some DAX functions in new column. You're applying some DAX functions in new table. Yeah. These are the three. Vijay, you are saying measure okay. Table means like this, it will be there. Before the table name, did you see some table symbol and calculator symbol? That is the DAX functions which is applied in the new table. Understand that? Like this, we can identify it. Okay. So if it is a measure before the name, calculator symbol is there. But whatever DAX functions he applied in new column, how the symbol will be there means this is a symbol. See here, before the name, you will see FX symbol. Did you see FX symbol or not? Did you see FX symbol or not? This is this is the DAX functions which you can apply it on new column. For new column, what tabs are enabled? Means same for all the new column related one, same column tools tab is enabled. That means column tool tab is enabled for default columns of that particular data set, as well as whatever DAX functions you applied in new column. For those related one also, you will see FX symbols. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? This is how we can apply. Understand clearly or not? Okay. These are all the tabs are that we are discussing. I guess like suddenly it is disconnected. Okay. Let me share my screen. See, so these are the different tabs we discussed in Power BI. Okay. Each and every point, not missing one point. Also, I explained each and everything for all the tabs. The last concept in Power BI desktop is visualization. Okay, this is the last concept. If it is completed, Power BI desktop is development part is completed. Understand clearly? Okay. See here. So for this one, okay. So what we need to do is visualization. First of all, what is visualization? So up to now, what we are doing, always visualization is the last concept. Up to now, what are all the concepts we discussed? Tell me. What concepts we discussed? What concepts we discussed in Power BI? What are those? I told you, right? What concepts we discussed? Transform data we discussed. Another one is what we discussed. DAX functions, very good. Another one is model related one. We discussed it, right? Providing a relation. The last concept is visualization. Transform data, DAX functions, modeling, visualization. These main four cons concepts here. Okay. Up to now, why only last visualization? Because first three options like transform data or DAX functions or modeling, you can prepare a proper structure of the tables by using three options like transform data, DAX functions, and modeling. You can make the data set as a proper structure. That means what what data is required, what users are expecting, those particular columns we need to shape, because sometimes users are giving whatever data sets are giving, all the direct columns are not available. So if you at the time of direct columns are not available, you have to make those columns in a direct manner. Okay, how you can do that one? Okay, in the directly the columns are not available in that one. If you want to present me, those columns are required or not, but those columns are not. By using a transform data or DAG functions and using these two, you can make the columns in a proper structure form. Proper structure means what users are required, those related one you can. Suppose user is giving only date, but I want to show month name wise total sets. Where is month name? Month name is column is not there. At that point of time, using transform data DAX function, using date column, you can generate month name. Like that, right? It means transform data DAX function and model, you have to make that particular data set in a proper structural format. Okay, that is called business intelligence tool. Understand? Okay. So once you make the data in a proper structure format, then you can present that particular data in a pictorial format. That pictorial format is the one we can use visualizations. That's the reason if the data, whatever we are expecting, everything is ready, then only we can present that data in a pictorial format. For presenting the data in a pictorial format, we have to use a concept called visualizations. What is that? Visualizations. What is visualization here? What is visualization here? What is a visualization? Visualization means presenting the data in a pictorial format. It's called visualizations. Presenting the data in a pictorial format is called visualization. Understand clearly? So here in Power BI, what are the different types of visualizations are there? Where those visualizations are available? Under Home tab also visualizations are available. Understand? Under Home tab, did you see? These are all the visual. If you click on this drop down, did you see different categories of visual? You can use all these visualization, or else on the right pan, did you see some build tab is there or not? Under build tab also you will see the visualization. You can use these visualizations also. Understand clearly. Under build it app, whatever. Both are same. These visualizations and here visualization, both are same. Anyway, you can use that particular. But here in visualization, there are different types of visualizations are there. Like some are bar related visuals, some are line chart visuals. Okay, some are pie chart. Pie means circle manner. In a circle manner also we can see the visualization. Understand clearly. Table visualization also there. Understand. Vijay, what is the use of table visualization? Table is just like showing a table, right? But see, in what is the advantage of using a table visual is in a table visual you can use one data set columns or you can use different data set date columns. Understand clearly? Na? Different data set date columns also we can use. Understand it? Na? That's the reason table visual will be there. Slicer visual also it is that. Slicer means just for filtering a column values. This is the main part of the visual in Power BI. Without using this particular visual, we cannot complete the report. Slicer. Slicer means is just for filtering a column value. Understand? Another visuals are card visuals also there. What is card visual means? Present that particular data. If you want to show a data, show the single value data in a single visualization, then card is a visualization we can use it. Like that, there are different categories of visualizations are there. One by one, step by step, we need to discuss. Listen, listen carefully for one particular visual. I will explain you clearly what format options are there and what are the different categories. In which categories columns you can place. I will explain you for because for other visuals, same format options are there. That's the reason. Listen one particular visual. Okay. Each and everything you have to remember. Remaining for other visuals, same format option, same category. Understand clear? And one important point is tomorrow also class will be there. As usual, there is no changes in the timings. As usual, classes will be there. Tomorrow also class will be there. Once again, I am explaining tomorrow also class will be there. We need to try to complete. Today, I will share the remaining complete document. Even Power BI service document also it is there. Understand clearly or not? There is no nothing pending from my side. Up to which part I shared it. After that, from that to till Power BI service. Complete document I will share it to you. Take it in the Google Classroom. Understand clearly? Tomorrow we'll try to complete visualization. Then we need to, what is the last concept? Power BI service. That is the last concept. Understand clearly. If it is completed, complete Power BI, completed. Understand clearly. So let's discuss about tomorrow also class will be there, same timings. Okay. Exactly 7:35 class will be started. Okay. Understand clearly. Okay. So here, first we need to discuss bar related visuals. These are, so did you see the template for bar related visuals like this? These are all, this is one bar visual and this is also a bar. Did you see? This is also a bar like that. There are different types of bars are there. Understand or not? I will explain you for one bar related visuals. Okay, remaining all the options are same for bar related visuals. Only visual is changed. Understand clearly. Now, let's see. First, This is the bar. What this bar name called? Stacked bar chart. The bar related visuals are look like this. Did you see? These are all bar related. In bar related visuals, okay. In bar related visuals, what columns you need to place it in this bar related visuals? In bar related visuals, okay, you can place like n number of things. Like see here, when you when you click on any particular visual, what will happen? It will take only template like this. It is not automatically created the visualization because Power BI don't know what visuals you are expecting, right? So that's the reason. Only take the template. So what columns you want to show it in the you have drag and drop the columns into the visualization. Where you need to drag and drop the columns into the visualization means for each and every visualization, there are different categories out there. In those categories only you can place the visualization. Understand? For bar related visuals, what are the categories are there? Where those categories are there? In two ways you can see the categories of that particular visual. One is if you select the visualization on the top right corner, this is the option. Did you see the symbol? Did you see the symbol or not? Add data, build your visual. Click on this one. Then what will happen when you click on this one? These are the categories. Y-axis, X-axis, legend, small multiple, volumes. These are the different categories available. Understand clearly? Okay. When you click on this particular one, automatically you will see this window will open. In this window, there are different categories are there. Y-axis, X-axis, legend, small multiple, and tool. Yeah. Understand or not? Okay. So you already know what is X-axis and Y-axis. In your education, you are designing a graphs, right? Did you, in your education, did you see the graph books or not? Fingerprint. Attending the schools or not? Just simply present, sir, like that. No, right? So in your education, you will see graph books, right? There itself, you will see we discuss like x-axis, y-axis. What is x-axis? Horizontal line is called as x-axis. Very good. Vertical is called as vertical means straight line. Straight line. Straight line. Some are confusing. Which one is horizontal? Which one is vertical? See here. See. This is vertical line. Okay. Like if you design like this, see, this is vertical line. This is horizontal line. Remember this. Now you have the clarity on this one. Straight line is this is vertical line. This is horizontal line. Okay. What we can do in this particular one is see here. What is this one? You're in a graph books, you are drawing like 1, 2, 3 in x-axis. And based on that, in y-axis, you are drawing some lines, right? That's what you're doing in graph, right? Here also same thing. Whichever visuals having x-axis, y-axis means x-axis. That means, but here you can place the columns in x-axis and y-axis category. Under that Hi guys. Actually, there is a network issue. That's the reason it is not connected. Let's continue the class. See here. See here. So, what is the first visualization? That is stacked bar chart. I'm taking this stacked bar chart, and after taking this stacked bar chart, in this one, you have to place the columns in different categories. What are the categories are there in bar related one? Like when you want to see the categories, either click on this one or select the visual under the build tab. Did you see some categories or not? The same categories here also it is available. And you click on this one, you will see y-axis, x-axis, legend, small multi. X-axis, y-axis means what is the meaning of x-axis, y-axis? X-axis, y-axis means see here. That means you already know in graph book like x-axis means horizontally, y-axis means vertical. Here also in these x-axis and y-axis you need to drag and drop the columns. What is that? You need to drag and drop the columns. You need to drag and drop the columns in these categories, like in x-axis and y-axis. So, and then those related one, if you place it in x-axis, whichever column you are placing under that column, what values are there? Those values are, it will shows in a horizontal manner. Whichever column you are placing in y-axis, are shows in a vertical manner. That means in a bar manner, it will shows that particular one. Understand clearly? No? Is that clear or not? So, like this, we need to create. Let's see here. Then, in bar related visuals, I'm explaining only bar visuals. That means this is a one of the bar. See, this is one bar. This is another bar related one. This is another. These are all different types of bar related visuals. Bar related visuals are symbols are like this only. Okay. Now, in bar related visuals, in y-axis, what type of columns you need to place? Most of the times we are placing character or date related columns in this bar related. In bar related visuals, okay, in y-axis you have to place like either character column or date related columns. Vijay, can't we place numeric decimal? Yes, we can place, but very less. Even you can place numeric decimals also, it is allowed. But most of the times, character date columns only we can place it in y. How many columns we can place it in y-axis? N number of columns. When you place more than one column in y-axis, it is enable what option? Drill down. Drill down. In bar related visuals, if you place more than one column in y-axis, then automatically it is enable what is the option? Drill down option. You can place n number of columns in y-axis. N number of columns. We can place n number of columns. That too, what type of columns most of the times? Character or date. Can we place like numerical decimal? Yes. Understand clearly? Okay. In x-axis, what type of columns you need to place here? Numeric or decimal. Numeric or decimal in x-axis. Okay. Whatever columns you are placing in x-axis. Okay. See here. What type of columns you need to place in x-axis? Numeric or decimal. How many columns you can place it? One or maximum two. One or two. Maximum two columns only we can place. Then what type of columns? Numeric or decimal. Vijay, can't we place like a character or date related? Yes, but whichever columns in bar related visuals I'm explaining, in bar related visuals, whichever columns you are placing in x-axis, it will take that particular column in a aggregation one. Understand? Whichever columns you placed in x-axis, default, by default, it will perform an aggregation called sum. What is the aggregation operation it will perform when you place it in x-axis? Sum by default. You can change it to any other aggregation like min, max, and everything. But whatever columns you are placing in x-axis, always it will perform aggregation related one only. Understand or not? So if it is placed, if you place like numeric or decimal, by default, what aggregation operation it will perform? Sum it is. Okay. If you want, you can change it to different. That I will tell you how to do that one. But if you place like character or data, what aggregation it will take? I told you like in x-axis also character data letter. What aggregation it will perform when you take like character data letter column? Hmm? What aggregation it will accept? Can we perform sum on character date? Huh? Minimum, maximum, average? And what aggregation we are performing in character? Count, count only we can perform. You can place character also. You can, but you need to take the aggregation called count. Understand clear? So let's see. First, we need to take the columns here. You can, I'm placing in y-axis. What type of columns you need to place in y-axis? What type of columns you need to place it in y-axis? Character or date related columns. Understand clearly or not? Okay. And if, can we place more than one column in y-axis? Yes, n number of. If you place more than one column, then automatically the bar visual is converted into drill down. What is that? Drill down it is converted. Understand clearly? Then in x-axis, what type of columns you need to place? Numeric or decimal related one, most of them. If you want to place character. But whatever in bar related visuals, whatever columns you are placing in x-axis, x-axis, then see here, by default, when you drag and drop here, automatically, did you see what aggregation it is performing on this particular column? Come. Yeah, by default, it will perform some. If you place character, it will take an aggregation called count. If you place like a decimal, it will take what aggregation operation it will perform? Sum. For numeric or decimal, sum by default. Understand clearly? Vijay, can't we change this aggregation to different one? Yes. How we can change it? See here. Just you need to right click on this particular option. Did you see? Average, minimum, maximum, count. These options only you can apply whichever you want. Or else, if you click on the this arrow button, there is summarization is there. Here itself you can change. Understand clearly or not? Understand clear? That means you are placing a column in y-axis as a country. In x-axis, total profit. Now, if you see this one, did you see the values it will shows here? What is the What is the column here? Country column. Country column values are showing in a vertical manner. This is called y-axis. Whichever bars is there, right? These are bars. These are x-axis. What is this x-axis bars it is? Sum of profit it is. Profit column total value. Only aggregation. Without aggregation, it is not accepted. But you can take any type of aggregation. By default, it will take sum. You can change it to any different aggregation. It's up to you. Understand? How many maximum columns you can place it in x-axis? Maximum two columns. You cannot place more than two columns. See here. Understand clearly? Like this. When you place more than one column, did you see for this column also what aggregation operation it is performed? Some by default. If you want to change it to different aggregation, you can change. See here, when you place more than one column, in the same bar itself, it is divided. What is the total profit is it? That it is occupied with a different color. Okay. What is the total sales is there in the same bar it is, that it will be having with a different color, different value. Understand clearly? If you place more than one column here, what will happen? In the same bar itself, did you see? What is this particular value? It is sum of profit, because here itself it will show sum of profit is blue color. Dark blue color is related to sum of. That means per country is France. For France related, what is the sum of profit? If you mouse over it, you will see 37810207 like this. If you mouse over to this one, translated 24354,172 it will this. Understand clearly. Now, next, you understand these two, y-axis and x-axis. Any doubts in this one? Okay. Now, next, what are the different other categories are there? Legend, small multiple, total. First, we need to discuss about legend. What is legend means? Legend means each bar. That means in legend, you can place any column, but only one column only we can place it in legend. That means for one visual, one legend only we can enable. That's the reason only one column we can place it in the legend. That to what type of column? Any type of column, but most of the time character column they are placing in legend. Understand clearly? What is legend means? Whichever visual is there, that it is having whatever values you are placing there in the same bars itself with different colors. That means whatever it is showing here, this is called legend. This is called legend. That means whichever columns you are placing in that particular one, under that column, what are all the values are there? Those values, each, in each and every bar, how much for that particular value is there, that it will shows with a different colors. But but now, can we place any column in the legend? Yes. You are saying yes. But when I drag and drop, it is not accepted. Why? Because when you are placing in bar related visuals, when you are placing any more than one column in x-axis, you cannot enable the legend. Because in x-axis, when you place more than one column, automatically legend option is enabled. For one visual, how many legend options we can enable? Only one. Only one. For one visual, one legend, one column only. So that's the reason in x-axis, when you are placing more than one column, by default, Power BI will give the legend. It's already enabled the legend here. That's the reason you cannot place any column in the legend. So if you remove any of one column, if you maintain only one column in x-axis, then you will see the legend values. Understand or not? Now, see here, I'm placing only one column in x-axis. Can I take any column in the legend or not? Yes. Now you can place any column in the legend. Drag and drop and add it here. Now see here. Under this segment, what values are there? Like there are so many channel partners, enterprise, government, mid market is that. Those are having different colors in the same, in each and every bar, those all the values are divided with the different colors. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. Is that clear? Okay. How many columns you can place it in legend? Only one. See, you didn't have an option to add here. Only one column. That too, when you are in bar related visuals, I'm discussing. In bar related, if you are maintaining only one column in x-axis, then only we can take any column in the legend. If suppose if you place in x-axis, if you place more than one column, then you cannot take any column in the legend. Very important. Understand or not? Is that clear or not? For one visual, one legend only we can. Next one is small multiples. What is the meaning of small multiples? Means this you can place any column in small multiples. Then what will happen? Whichever columns you place it under that particular column, what values are there? Those values wise, this complete visual is divided based on the values. Understand? Complete visual, not individual bar. Complete visual is divided based on the column you are placing here. Understand? Suppose if you have two values in that particular column, for first value, what is the for all the countries, for all the segments, what profit is that it will choose? For another value, what is the complete visualization it will be there value it will choose. Let's see practically. What type of column? Any type of column you can place it in small multiples. See here, I'm placing small multiples here. Did you see? Under what column I'm placing here? Year column. In year column, how many years are there? 2 years. What are those? 2013, 2014. Only 2 years are there. This 2013 related. What is the what is the visualization is there? And for each and everything it will shows. Understand clearly or not? You can see here. For Canada, what is this one? Suppose, for example, if you mouse over any of the bar, then you will see a pop-up window, right? This window we can call it as tooltip window. Tool in any of the visualization, if you mouse over it and see the result in a pop-up window, that window we can call it as tooltip. See here, in the pop-up window clearly mentioned that which year it is? 2014. What is the country it is? What is the segment it is? Government. What is the total profit it is? That it is showing here. Understand clearly, no? If you mouse over here, it is. What is the year here? It is 2014. What is the country here? It is Canada. What is the segment? It is small business. What is the total profit? It is 744,469. Like that. Understand clearly. But in real time, we are not using small multiple category. Only every time we are using in bar related visuals, x-axis, y-axis, legend, tool. That's it. Understand clearly? Na? Okay. Next one is what is the last category? Tooltip. What is tooltip? That means in any visual, when you mouse over to that particular color, a pop-up window will open, right? That pop-up window we can call it as tooltip window. Understand clearly? Okay. That we need to discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. Tomorrow also class will be there, same timings. We'll discuss those related things in tomorrow's class. Understand clearly? Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Bye guys.